Hello, and welcome to Nerdy Duck Rants podcast number 3. I am super excited to announce we actually have 9 subscribers, which is 8 more than I thought we'd get. Number 1 is always my mother. So, it's pretty nice to know I'm not just talking to myself out here. And even if you're not a subscriber, it's been pretty cool to watch the views tick up. Each podcast is almost 40 views, which I know is not a whole lot, but you gotta start somewhere. It's been pretty cool to watch that, yeah. And I thank each of you for that, because it's pretty cool. And if you are interested in what I have to say, you can also go to Instagram or Facebook and search me at Nerdy Duck Rants there. Instagram, I do quite a bit of cosplay on there, as well as Facebook. I'm doing kind of like a blog type thing over there. I don't know how long that'll last. I don't have a good track record for blogs, but we'll see. It's been pretty fun so far. I've got a lot of people over there. Come join the party. It'd be fun. Today, I thought we'd be talking about geeky crafts, which is something I love. I love geek and I love crafts. I do many different kinds of crafts. I do a lot of sewing and quilting right now. And I've done crocheting and knitting. Those are my big ones right now. In fact, I thought I would start off by showing you some of the things I've done in the past or I'm working on now, and perhaps you could share some things in the comments or link them to your Instagram or whatever. It'd be really fun to see what other people are doing. This is my Black Widow doll. Her head's a little top heavy there, and the reason for that is I bought some yarn. It said it was worsted weight. It was not worsted weight. As you can tell, the body is much smaller than the head, and the proportions are way out. But I think it turned out pretty cute, even if it turned out kind of odd. But the curls, pain in the butt to do, but it turned out really great. And yeah, I do wish I could figure out, though. I know it has a gauge issue. I'm not so good about gauge and crocheting. I'm better at it with knitting. You can still see the stuffing a little bit, and that really annoys me. But I'm getting better at crocheting, and basically I can make dolls and granny squares and dishcloths. That's about it. My skills in crocheting are not that great, but they're getting there. And then let's see. Yes, I wrote notes again. I always write notes. And then let's see. This is for a cosplay actually. I've started it over because you see I started it in red. This hat is the hat that Wanda wears in the beginning of Infinity War, which I really like that hat, and I thought it'd be a great casual cosplay to do. But unfortunately, you see, this is red, which I was at a knitting retreat. I wanted green, but they just didn't have the right green in the right weight. So I was like, all right, she's a Scarlet Witch. I'll go ahead and get it red. Scarlet is red, right? But the truth is, I was just never all that happy with it being red because the screen accurate one is green. And then in my knit crate last month, I got green. So I have started again. As you can see, I haven't actually started the cables yet. That's going to be, I think, next week is when my needles should be here. I decided to make my life a little bit easier and get shorter circulars. I usually do magic loop, but honestly, with hats, especially when there's so many stitches, there's over 100 here, it's just really a lot easier to not have to do magic loop. Magic loop is great for socks. I love using it for socks or cuffs or fingerless gloves, but I don't really like using it for hats, especially ones on fingering weight and cables. I think it'd be a lot easier with the shorter circulars. So those are on their way, and I will show off the progress on Instagram most likely. That's where I do most of my geek crafts nowadays. And let's see here. And like everyone else in the world, I was obsessed with Baby Yoda. Not so much The Mandalorian. I didn't really like the show that much, but Baby Yoda, I love Baby Yoda. And this is, I think, the second or third one I actually made. I sent one out to my sister-in-law. And no, this is just the second one. I didn't make a third yet. But I think it turned out pretty cute. I got this pattern on Etsy. You can find several different patterns on Etsy. And let's see, who made this one? Well, I don't remember. But I can get you all the link if anyone's interested. And what I like about this one is actually the jacket is actually a separate piece than the body. I think that adds a little bit of realism to it. It'd be better if the eyes weren't loose, but I didn't have safety eyes at the time, so I settled for buttons, and I probably should not have done that. But it's for me. It's not for sale, so it's all right. Let's see. Oh, and then I've decided to try to pick up my Avengers sock patterns again. I was designing a line of them for my Etsy shop, which is basically defunct because no one buys anything from it. But you never know. I did get some sales on Ravelry when I was on Ravelry. So, you know, this is the first one. This is the Hulk Smash sock. And I kind of came up with the pattern myself. Well, obviously, if I'm going to sell it, it has to be mine, right? But I had never seen a sock that was half and half like this. And so I decided to see if it's possible. It is possible. And the hard part, though, is writing the pattern so other people can understand it. That's a hard part. Well, and the actual knitting wasn't all that easy either. But the second sock is almost done, and then I will be showing them off all over Instagram and Facebook as I do. And I will hopefully at some point in time have the pattern up for sale in my Etsy shop, but not currently because my notes make no sense to anyone but me. And then let's see, I just finished this. This is just a ribbed beanie, but I really like Chicago PD, and I was watching it the other night, and I thought those are really cool hats they all wear. They all wear these knit beanies. They're usually black or dark blue, and there is no way I'm doing a 1x1 ribbed beanie in black or dark blue. But I had this really nice gray-green. It's kind of camo-like almost, but it's sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in the camera. Can you see the sparkle in the camera? I got it from Pandia's Jewels. Again, the last podcast I think I mentioned Pandia's Jewels. And I've decided to make a really nice hat, which is kind of ridiculous because I live in Florida and I have no use for this nice thick hat. But you never know. Maybe I'll go visit my parents. It gets cold in Texas. And let's see, do I have anything else? I don't think so. Oh, my Star Wars quilt, which I do not have a picture of here. But you can go to my Instagram. I have a good picture there. And only because I don't know how to put pictures in the video yet. We're working on that. I've been collecting Star Wars fabric for about 2 years now. And I finally decided, now that I'm in my self-imposed quarantine, to start my Star Wars quilt. And it's getting pretty good here. It's about 50 by 50, and I'm aiming for twin size, or at least big enough that I can use it as a blanket. Which I guess it is big enough, but I still have fabric, so we're going to make it bigger, because I can. And I want to make it as big as I can. And I've just ordered a sheet for backing. I know. Proper quilters do not order sheets for backing. But have you seen the price of fabric? It was $12 for the sheet, and it was a lot cheaper that way. And so that should be here, I think, next week, or the week after, one or the other. And so I'm hoping to have the top done in time for me to sew it up and put it on my bed. Because yes, even at 33 years old, I want Star Wars bedding. And that might be a little too dorky. But that's okay, because I found people on Instagram who think the same way. And that's been really great. And yeah. And if you're interested in seeing the pictures in progress of a quilt or lots of other craft projects, because that's what I do, please follow me on Instagram at Nerdy Duck Rants. And I also share quite a bit of cosplay over there. And tomorrow is one of the Sartorial Geeks challenges, which is casual cosplay, or closet cosplay, which is basically the same as casual. And my Black Widow backpack will be here, so I'm super excited, and I will be planning an outfit around it. So if you'd like to check that out, check it out on Instagram or Facebook. And thank you for listening. And please hit the subscribe button or like this video if you did. Thank you.